Trump keeps appearing in public with heavily bandaged hands, while the White House scrambles to invent new explanations. So what's really going on, and why is the White House working so hard to keep it under wraps? Let's take a closer look. A new wave of speculations has erupted in Washington after US President Donald Trump appeared at several high-profile events with his right hand wrapped in fresh bandages. A detail the White House insists is nothing more than the result of constant handshaking, yet one that many observers say raises deeper concerns about the president's health, stamina and transparency. A new wave of speculations has erupted in Washington after US President Donald Trump appeared at several high-profile events with his right hand wrapped in fresh bandages. A detail the White House insists is nothing more than the result of constant handshaking, yet one that many observers say raises deeper concerns about the president's health. The latest incident occurred during the prestigious Kennedy Center Honors Dinner, where Trump, hosting the ceremony for the first time instead of watching from the audience, was photographed with conspicuously thick dressings covering the back of his hand. The same bandages had been spotted earlier in the week during a cabinet meeting and again as Trump welcomes the presidents of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. By Saturday night, the coverings were visible both during a closed Oval Office ceremony and later at a State Department reception. According to White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt, the explanation is simple. Trump shakes so many hands that his skin bruises, particularly because he takes aspirin daily. The White House has also described the Oval Office as like Grand Central Terminal, a constant flow of visitors, meetings and photo ops. But the more officials try to downplay the matter, the more questions arise. For months, commentators have noted the president's recurrent hand bruising, which Trump typically conceals under makeup. Reports suggest that without cosmetic cover or bandages, substantial bruising remains clearly visible, a detail that has fueled doubts about whether the condition is as benign as officials claim. Those doubts intensified in July when the White House disclosed that Trump had been diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency, CVI, a disorder where veins struggle to return blood to the heart. Also, doctors call CVI benign and common. Critics argue that repeated non-disclosure and later clarifications about the president's medical procedures, including an MRI that the administration initially failed to mention, only amplify concerns. The broader context makes the issue politically explosive. At 79, Trump is the oldest person ever sworn in for a second term, and his administration has been dogged by persistent questions about his energy levels, alertness and medical status. Last year, age was one of the defining themes of the presidential campaign, with Trump attacking opponent Joe Biden for being too old, only to find himself under the same scrutiny after returning to the White House. Recent reporting by the New York Times suggests that Trump's daily schedule has become lighter than during his first term, with staff members privately acknowledging moments when the president appeared fatigued or closed his eyes during events. Trump has angrily dismissed such claims, insisting that he recently completed a perfect physical exam and a comprehensive cognitive test, exit. Yet the White House has so far declined to provide the timing or details of those supposed cognitive assessments, saying only that information will be released later. The lack of transparency has become a pattern. Medical details emerged not from official briefings but from leaks, delayed memos, or Trump's own off-the-cuff comments. Nearly 2 months passed after his latest physical before the administration released a physician's summary confirming that the October MRI was perfectly normal. The scan, officials now say, was a preventive measure, typical for men in Trump's age group, a framing critics view as strategic rather than candid. As Trump continues to appear in public with new dressings, the conversation around his health is unlikely to fade. For now, the White House maintains that nothing is wrong, but the visible bruises and the invisible gaps in information continue to tell a different story.